September 5th, Teachers' Day. Can I tell you a secret about teachers and teaching profession? Majority of them make it to the profession by force. Not by chance or by choice, by force. Hey folks, I am CSK and you're watching me on my channel CSKSpeaks. I thought a lot before making this video, but then I thought this is the Teachers' Day month and I need to make this video as a tribute to all my teachers. In fact, if I was a person what I was before what story happened in my life, I wouldn't have even thought of making this video. But I'm no more the same person, so I thought this video should be done, and here it is. Teachers' Day is an amazing day. As a teacher, as an educator, I take pride in being one. Teachers' Day is amazing because children, your students, come into classrooms and imitate you or mock you or mimic you and show all your mannerisms. They in fact hold a mirror in your face in front of all your colleagues, friends, and also your management people so that they show you your true side. Of course, last 2 years has been a little bit of a different way of celebrating Teachers' Day thanks to the online classes and the shutting down of schools and colleges. But nevertheless, the spirit of Teachers' Day still is the same. Now, why am I talking so much about Teachers' Day? Because there is a misconception that teacher or to be a teacher, you need to have a job. You need to play a role. You need to stay in a position. And that's when you get wished, greeted, or even get the right to celebrate Teachers' Day. But today, through this video, I'm here to tell you that that is a myth. That is not true. Why? You may ask why, and here's my answer. This was in the year 2007. 2007, I was registering a property in Hyderabad. We were at the sub-registrar office to have a lease deed registered. For what? To set up a school. For how long? For 30 years. And in that experience, I learned the most valuable lesson. And that was the incident which actually prompted me to make this video. You may ask 2007 to 2021 and that incident telling you to make this video? No. Don't get mistaken. 5th September passed by recently. And I was reminded of that particular incident on the Teachers' Day, and that incident is encouraging me to make this video for all of you. Now, what happened on that day? As I said, we were there at the sub-registrar office, and those of you who are familiar with sub-registrar office and the work which happens there, it's a day-long process. You get in there in the morning around 10:30, 11 o'clock, and then you just wait and wait and wait, and finally get out tired and dusted. That's exactly what happened with us, but with a twist. So as I was sitting there, my role was more of facilitating, keeping sure that all the papers are ready and right. My chairman was there to sign on our behalf, and the landlord was there to sign on their behalf. We're both available, and so they got to appear in front of the sub-registrar in person for him to validate their presence and then approve the lease deed registration. So my job, as I said, was to keep all the paperwork ready and make sure that nothing goes south. So when I was there and waiting for my turn, my chairman and the landlord struck a conversation, but then something caught my attention. And that was that the peon to the sub-registrar sitting beside the big red table with his little stool and a quarter of a table. He was sitting there and doing his job almost to the precision of a machine. This was 2007, friends. 2007, when I was seeing this guy, he was there and he was doing his job, as I said, like a machine. What was his job? His job was to stamp or put the seal on those papers. And if my count was right, every single document had around 27 to 28 seals. Why do I say 27 to 28? 27 full seals on the paper, front and back. The 28th one is a very interesting one. You have to keep two papers and then put the seal in the center so that the first half is on one sheet and the second half is on the other sheet. That's the 28th seal. Now, I was sitting there and observing this guy, and he was doing this like a robo. He had bundles of papers coming on his small little table, and he was just bending down and then doing that particular thing without even bothering about people around him. And you can all imagine the kind of halla gulla which happens in a sub-registrar office. Almost everybody thinks it is their own place and they speak at the top of their voice in all kind of languages and mannerisms and accents, and disturbance is like in the air. But this fellow was so focused. He was doing it. And I was sitting and observing as to what kind of a training he must have trained his muscles, that it is happening almost without his conscious effort. And when I was sitting and observing him, my chairman might have called me a couple of times, but I was so engrossed in observing him, my chairman also focused his attention on this man because I was not responding to him. This entire episode happened, and then we went back to the sub-registrar, our turn came and we got it registered and we came out, as I said, around 4:30. And then when I was about to get into the car, my chairman stopped me and he gave me 1,000 rupees. He gave me a 1,000 rupee note. Back then, there was no demonetization. 1,000 rupees was still a valid currency. He gave it to me and he said, "Take it." I was surprised and also kind of happy that I'm getting 1,000 rupees my way for no reason. He said, "Take this, go and give it to that peon because you have learnt a lot today. He has taught you many things." Now when he said this, that's when it struck me that he has noticed me observing this man sitting inside the office. So I took that money, went to him, gave it to him, and just came back. That man was extremely delighted that he got 1,000 rupees. He didn't even know why it was coming, and I didn't even bother to tell him why I am giving him. I just gave him and I came back, but that guy was on the cloud. Now when I came back, my chairman stopped me and said, "Did you tell him why are you giving him that?" I said, "No, I didn't. I just went and gave it as a tip, and why will I even give him a reason?" So my chairman said, "No. There are 3 reasons why I made you give that money to him, and I want you to remember that." And I'm standing there. You can imagine, you can bring a picture to your mind, friends. My chairman is in his car. The door of the car is open, and I'm standing there outside the car, and my chairman is speaking to me, and he says 3 reasons. Reason number 1, teaching can happen anywhere, anytime, and by anyone. Which means anybody can teach you anything, anywhere, at any time. So if you think teaching is a profession, I need to have a kind of a job to become a teacher, no. Without you realizing, you might be teaching your own people around you. There are so many people who observes you, notices you, or even learn from you, or learn things not to do the way you are doing from you just by looking at you, and you don't even know that. So he said teaching can happen anywhere, anytime, by anyone. The second, the opposite of it. To be a teacher, you don't have to have a position. You don't have to have a powerful role, or you don't have to have a job which pays you salary. That's also equally true, right? To be a teacher, you don't have to get that fame, that name. No, just your mere effort to bring in change in somebody, somewhere, sometime itself qualifies you to be a teacher. So one side, the first reason was learning. You can learn from anyone, anywhere, anytime. Second, to be a teacher, you don't need to have a power or a position or that salaried job to do your job. No, that was the second thing. And the third most important lesson, and that was a lesson of a lifetime for me, my chairman said, when anybody teaches you anything, when you learn something from somebody, don't turn your back on them. Don't turn your back on them without acknowledging or expressing your gratitude. In this case, it may be giving the 1,000 rupees, because that was the most important thing which that peon would have cherished. But in many other cases, it need not be just money. It can be your time, your service, just that word of gratitude, that expression of thanks, that expression of acknowledgement is everything. But look back in our lives, we just take it for granted. We just turn our back on all our teachers as though they were meant to be, as though it is our birthright. It is not. That is the very reason I'm making this video. As I said at the beginning, if that realization would not have dawned on me thanks to my chairman, I would have not even embarked on this journey of making this video today in this September month, the holy month for all teachers. But I am doing this only because never ever turn your back on those people who teach you. For me, on that particular day in 2007, it was that peon who was performing his duty as a robo, and I learned focus, I learned concentration, I learned training your muscles, I learned subconsciously focusing on your task and doing it to perfection, a lot of things. Blocking out distractions around him in that sub-registrar office, a lot of things. But after that day, it was my chairman's words which are still my lessons. So for me, my chairman also is my teacher, because he taught me that valuable lesson that never ever turn your back on your teachers, on somebody who teaches you. So today, if I am telling you this, is only to encourage you, is only to push you that one step forward, to spend a minute in recollecting those people who have made an impact on your life. Those people who have made that mark in your life. Because today, whatever we are is because somebody sometime taught us something. They might not have realized that, but if you know that you have learned something, you will also know that there was a teacher behind that something. So friends, somewhere in this video I just said, and I want to repeat that again, you never know who is learning from you. You don't have to be in a job of an educator to feel that you are a teacher. The very fact that you are able to learn also shows and proves that you can teach. So let's join in celebrating the true spirit behind Teachers' Day. Let's join in celebrating the true spirit behind learning and teaching. Thank you very much for watching CSK Speaks. I do like to listen to your comments and your feedback on this video. So do take your time and put in your comments here. Till next time, we will stay connected. And how? By liking, by subscribing, by sharing these videos with your friends and family, especially in this month of September. You can express your connection and let them all celebrate their learnings and their teachers. Thank you once again. Stay safe.